And we welcome to Inside the NBA two-time Academy Award winner Denzel Washington. Thank you so much for, we're in the presence of greatness here, fellas.
Yes, we are.
You only got two?
This is wonderful.
Yes.
You know, you were
I know
actually...
how you feel, Denzel.
Yeah. You were actually on the show last night, Denzel. You may not be aware of that because Kenny Smith's Gone Fishing segment, when we salute the teams that did not make the playoffs, apparently you did go on a fishing expedition with Kenny and this crew from L.A. because the Lakers and the Clippers didn't make it. So you are right.
It's a rebuilding year.
You are right in the mix there. So
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, congratulations on making the Gone Fishing thing. So what was your take on what you saw from the Lakers this year, huh?
It's a rebuilding year. I mean, it's a rebuilding year. I think there's some promise, though. I think that they have a lot of good young talent and some surprises, and need a couple of pieces, big pieces, but I think we're getting there.
Denzel, I saw Equalizer 1. I'm looking forward to Equalizer 2. How much special ops training or stuff do you do to get ready for a role like this?
All the fighting you see me do is me.
Is that the way you used to fight growing up, or you said it's me as in what?
From my running now, we had to, we had to put it down. No, we get a lot of training and a lot of experts that show you the things to do, but I do have an excellent stunt man. I shouldn't say it's all me because it's not. I'm not jumping off of nothing.
Denzel, Shaq here. First of all, Shaq here. Tell your lovely wife I said hello. Second of all, I'm sitting next to Chuck, who's done horrible movies. You've never done a horrible movie. I would like to know your process on how you pick your movies, because I've been watching you since Mo Better Blues and even before that, and I've never seen you do a bad movie.
No, I've done a couple of bad ones, but they don't last long, and you try to forget about them. But earlier on, I haven't done too bad of one lately, but I try not to. But early on in my career, I had a couple that I could forget about.
We all know that you're a great basketball fan, but what's your favorite year or years to be a Laker fan or basketball fan in L.A.?
Wow. Well, I mean, come on. I mean, to be there through. I was at the game. Me and Robert Townsend were at the game when McHale clotheslined Rambis, and we bought season tickets that night.
Wow. We
signed up for season. So I've had season tickets I don't know if somebody could look that up. That was 80-something or whatever it was.
86.
It was 86?
Yep.
We had seats before then. We would buy odd seats here and there. But that night, I bought season tickets. I've had season tickets ever since.
Denzel, I got a question. I always ask my actor friends this. If you've had an amazing career, obviously, have you ever been making a movie and, like, right in the middle of the movie, you saying, this is not going to be a good movie?
Yes. I've said, how many days we've been shooting? They're like, this is the second day. Yes. I've been in a couple where I knew I was like, oh, boy. But the house bill, the bills got to be paid.
Yeah.
I said that in the movie once. Do what you got to do so that you can do what you want to do. And so some of those movies was what I had to do.
We know how big a sports fan you are. Charles and I were even talking about watching Remember the Titans on numerous occasions. Your son played football at Morehouse. Aside from the movie part of this business, the value of sports in general, in your mind, is what? What is, in the big picture, where is the value of sports day to day?
Everything. I grew up in Mount Vernon. I grew up in the boys' club, now Boys and Girls Club. I grew up around and with some great basketball players. Gus Williams was ahead of me. Ray Williams was in my class. Earl Tatum was in my class. I coached the McRae brothers in rec ball. So the lessons, aside from their greatness as players, but the lessons that we all learned through sports, fair play, how to win with or lose with grace and just the lessons you learn that then I shared as a coach and growing up. You can't replace that. It's pure. it's purer. You know, even in the business I'm in with awards and all of that's someone's opinion. But a game, especially at that age and at that time, was pure, and I loved it. I mean, I can remember guys shoveling snow for Earl Tatum, you know, so he could shoot jump shots, you know, and them calling him the Black Jerry West, and us feeling as young kids that we were a part of his success and some of the other great players, you know, right on down, like I said, the McRae brothers, Lowe's Moore, who also came out of Mount Vernon, and Ben Gordon, who also came out of Mount Vernon. So I wouldn't change a thing about the way I grew up and the guys I grew up around.
Denzel, before you leave, can you hit us off with that King Kong line?
King Kong, I'm putting cases on all you. Can you curse on? You can't curse on it, can you?
No, you can't.
I'm putting cases. You'll be playing basketball in Pelican Bay when I get shoot program, nigga. 23-hour lockdown. You think you can do this to me, Shaq? You think you can do this to me?
Oh, my God.
I appreciate you, brother.
Well, you got it.
Who has been your favorite real-life person to play, whether it's Malcolm X, Coach Boone? Who's been your favorite real-life person to play?
The most pressure, without question, was Malcolm X. There was a lot of pressure from a lot of people, like, you better get this right, or, you know, you ain't gonna make it for dinner, you know. So that was the most pressure. Not actually playing the part, because I played the part in a play about 10 years before the movie, or 15 years, so I knew I could play Malcolm X. But just the pressure that came from all sides, by far, that was the most pressure.
You know what? For me, Fences was one of the movies that, you know, kind of changed the dynamic. You went from a play into a motion picture, and I actually got to go. You had your cast when you guys were just talking about it in the theater. I was actually there with my daughter, aspiring actress, and we took them there. I took them there to just hear you guys talk about how you made that. For me, what I related it to was going from the practice field into the game field, because there's such a difference between film and a play. How would you relate that in terms of sports?
In terms of sports?
And just in general?
Well, I mean, first of all, let me say this. I was up there fighting for my life with Viola Davis, because she was bringing it. She was bringing it. Every night when we did the play, I'm like, this child ain't playing. She means business. She's one of my favorites, and I knew it long before Fences. I actually cast her in the first film I directed, Antoine Fisher. So we had such a great cast, Michael T. Williamson and Stephen McKinley Henderson. It was just a great experience all the way around.
And you're back on the Broadway stage later this month, correct? The Iceman
I'm on it tomorrow night. I'm doing the Iceman Cometh. I got a real job. I got a jobby job.
Hate that you're going to miss some playoff action, but a man's got to do what a man's going to do.
That's correct.
Hey, so he could do what he wants.
Yeah, thank you so much,
right,
man.
Do what you got to do so that you can do what you want to do.
We appreciate you being with us. Thanks so much.
Pleasure.
All right.
All right, brother.